wasn't, so I wept him, and that is for peace to reign in Nigeria. Let Mazin Kano go. Let him go, just like your court said. And all this madness, watch them disappear. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Sir, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. It's fine.
Is that Ifeanyi?
Yeah, it's me.
See, Ifeanyi is such a regular right now that he's one of those who have decoded how to make sure that you can always get in, no matter how busy. How are you, sir?
Yes, yeah, for the fact that I've not gotten you for the past 72 hours or something, it's been very difficult for me. So I said I must try and get you today.
Sorry about that. I'm glad that I'm glad I'm here and you are here too, Baba.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. There is no problem.
There's no problem.
Mayegun,
Sir.
There is something fundamentally wrong with how we are living as a people. The way we live life as a people, Africans, there is something fundamentally wrong with that. You know the reason why when everybody travel outside Nigeria, they start preaching change. Like it's just like eye-opening. Then some of those who also join this, majority of your callers should be from those living in diaspora. Then those of them in Nigeria that have seen the road, maybe probably they start seeing movies, start seeing all kinds of things, and start seeing how people live their life. That's why majority of people are getting. But there are a lot of people in Nigeria does not even know that it is the responsibility of government to provide anything for them.
I agree with you. You remember that time when I said every time we talk about people fighting for good life or good government,
yes,
that in all honesty, how many Nigerians have actually seen what good life really means in their lifetime? For them to now say, okay, maybe they deserve better.
Michael, let me tell you. Let me tell you a story. I went home one day and I was with my mother. We were sitting. So it was raining. Immediately it started raining. The light went off. So I got angry. That it's like my instant reaction was to get angry. Then my mother told me, wait, why are you angry? I said, why would they take the light? My mother said, can't I see it's about to rain? That when it's about to rain, they are supposed to take the light. Now, I have lived in Asia, I have lived in all this, I've lived in several places of the world. How am I going to start telling this old woman that it is not normal? That isn't how it is supposed to be. But Nigeria has perpetuated her. Nigeria has told her that whenever it's about to rain, that the little light she has is supposed to go up. Now she has all her life, she believes now that if it's about to rain and the light is still on, it becomes a privilege to her.
Right.
Something is not right with the way we live as human beings. I'm saying this because I saw the woman praying. That woman praying, in all honesty, you are the one seeing something wrong with that. If you post that thing on Facebook and say glory be to God, you're going to see several amen. And then when you are seeing amen, you're going to see a praying woman. The God that did it for her should do it for me. A woman with big God. This is how our DNA wiring is, and it is wrong. There is something wrong with it. All these politicians you are seeing now that have big money, any of them can call any bishop to come and commission the houses, call any imam to come and commission their houses. And when the man or bishop gets there, the man will pray that wherever the person gets the money, that more money should come to them. Everybody knows where that money is coming from. This is how we live. Most people in his own village will now follow him with band and the dancing music and everything to the village to give him a hero's welcome, because to them he is a hero. He has gone to Abuja and he has brought back something. What exactly? So they now feel that this is their way of getting something back from government. Many
and
of
if
them
you want something like that too for your own children, you better support him now. At least you want something for your own children like that too, Abi. So support him or don't question him. Wow.
Many of them now believe that the best thing is you key into this man's idea so that you can be able to drink beer maybe at times he will give you 10,000 naira. They do not know that it is that man is eating their money. You are the only one that is crying because you are now burdened with the fact that you know that these people are thieves. Most of them don't know. So the kind of education Africa needs now is just like social education. It's not like going to schools in villages and start teaching people actorial math, 2+2. The education we need now is just like social education. We have to go back to start. Like now, my mother is gone. I'm sorry to say this, but she's still alive. But now, no, she's not. But she's still alive. But the gone I mean is the fact that how am I going to start telling nearly a 70-year-old
where are you going to start
what am I
from?
going to
Making
do?
that kind of start.
A 70-year-old woman. A 70-year-old woman that if government continued working road that got to a nearby village. When I complained why it hasn't got into my side, my mother said I am not a grateful human being. She didn't raise me to be this way. My you might think she's wrong, but she's not wrong.
I know.
This is
That's
what
the
the
right
society
way she
told
knows.
her.
Of course.
This is what the society told that woman. So you cannot now begin to tell her all of a sudden why didn't an ambulance come to help her when she was sick? She's never seen that. Nobody has ever told her that that is how it's supposed to be. So my mother knows that when she's about to die or something is happening, she has to trek from here to maybe God knows where to get medication for herself. That is what is normal to her. In fact, any day an ambulance comes, my mother wouldn't even enter it now because it's not normal.
Because she's going to be questioned like why or what's this and all that, and so strange to her system.
She is going to confirm from me because before she enters it, because to her it has to be a kidnapper. It could be kidnapper.
She won't follow them, I get.
Follow them. There is something fundamentally wrong with how we live. I'll give others a chance. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You never miss. I appreciate this. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing. Indeed, there's so much wrong with us. And you'll be asking. That's why you see educated people that will be arguing with you on things that logically shouldn't make sense to them. And you'll be wondering, like, but you are educated. And they will be so. There's something wrong with us fundamentally. Hello there.
Hi, my good evening.
Hi, sir. Good evening. How are you?
It's Jack from London again. We're just seeing interesting times now.
It's an interesting time.
I think something cooking is happening, and my prayer is that let it happen beautifully. I believe that one morning we all wake up and hear the news, and you know what I'm talking about.
Really, you wish for that too.
Yes, why not? Well, absolutely. The guy took over Nigeria. He and his gang. I mean, he's not legitimate. So, for soldiers to come and snatch that back from him, is that wrong? That is not wrong. It's in maths. 0 times 0 is 0.
It's still 0.
Exactly. In mathematics, 0 times 0 is 0. So, of all the things that shameless Buhari should lament about, is lamenting about coup, because he knows that something may happen. They know it. They know it at the back of their hands. All what they are doing right now is just futile efforts to see. They don't know who is the enemy. It could even be those people that he thinks that he surrendered himself with may strike him one day, and it's going to be bad. That is a bad news.
Like this, you know what I mean? The mood of the country, the people, and all of that. If it continues like this, or get worse.
It's gonna be a temp. I think there's a global shift. Guess what happens? I just read somewhere right now where the the mercenary group Wagner in Russia, they are congratulating the coup plotters. What does that tell you? Trouble there, wahala there.
Oh, no one. Maybe Tinubu is also playing a smart one. Do you know that he also sent a shitty man to St. Petersburg to meet Putin? I actually wanted to share that with people earlier. I have a clip.
Can I tell you something about Putin?
Tell us.
That man is a good man. I want to shock everybody. That guy is a good man. He does not represent or stand up for anything evil, and that's why the West is demonizing him. That man is a good man. I'm sure he's good. I mean, he's not he's a straight shooter. He's going to tell them straight in their face. Listen, you guys, these guys know what is happening in America. They know what is happening in the whole world and all that. Imagine stupid Kamala Harris coming to tell us about democracy when even in America they have not even got their own acts together. They are coming to stick her dirty mouth into our politics. All they want to sell to us is whether we are treating gay people well, or whether we are not treating gay people.
Mm.
You see. So the thing is, the right thing is just on the ball. This government is not going to continue. But what I was saying, what I saw, I liked it. Those ministers, I know a lot of people. I mean, you don't realize the caliber of people that are listening to this program, and whoever that is in Agbado government that is listening now, listen to my voice. You guys are going to get it very, very, very soon. See, as a Malian. Minister of Finance is crying because they've given him 48 hours. If he cannot explain all the dirty dealings, he's going to face the bullets by firing squad. So be it. Yes, they are going to send him back to God. They're going to send him to God for the ultimate punishment. That's what they said. In 48 hours, they give him 48 hours. He does not explain all the dirty dealings that he knows about. They're going to time. He's going to go. Yeah, they're going to execute him. So be it. I know it sounds gory. It's not a nice thing, but listen, these people have taken up. They've taken down Africa. They've taken us for granted. People are suffering. My people are suffering. Look at even the little thing that you brought to the fore from Kwara State and all that. And there are many people will tell all sorts of stories from all over the world. How can you be electing Amechi and all that? Aha, and it just made sense. That woman that they just made, that they said that she's young.
Minister, yeah, from Delta.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. If you remember when the day he came back from France, go back. I think she was the one that was all showing all her tattoos and grinning. All of them are all political jobbers and all that. Redeem, God knows, Redeem is no longer a church and all that, because the GO is a liar. He's not straight. He's a when you're supporting evil and all that, you're emissary of the devil himself, or yourself. Your vice president, who is your pastor, you couldn't tell him the truth and all that. It was part of the government that brought Nigeria to where it is today and all that. Part of the rot and all that. You can't come out and say, hey, I'm not a part of this, you should speak to them and all that. But it was okay. And what you're telling us, that we should be patient with Tinubu, that that rigged the election. None of them. I have not seen where he came out and said, listen, all this bigotry and all this rigging is wrong in the eyes of God and all that. That means he's telling you that he's okay. He's telling you that he's okay.
Let me also go to another person as well, so that we can also hear theirs. You were just shooting from all cylinders, Baba. But thank you. I like that.
Have a lovely evening.
So here. Hello there. I actually thought I got you.
Hello.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
Hello,
you did. Hello, Michael. Good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Just just a quick one, really. Just very interesting. How will I put it? Podcast today. But I keep saying that Tinubu's government is the gift that keeps on giving. If people understand that statement, right? I don't think there's anyone with eyes who cannot see that Tinubu is surrounded by criminals, right? And he has elected criminals to become his ministers. So we know that nothing is going to change in Nigeria. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse because these people have no expertise, no acumen, no strategy, no nothing.
It's pretty much like grab. What can they get?
Exactly.
When they start grabbing for real, then we all know what that means.
Exactly. We all know what that means. Now, I've been thinking about the entity called Nigeria, and I've realized that Nigeria, the contraption called Nigeria, is actually holding Black people back. Not just the south, not the southwest or the southeast, or the Igbos and the Yorubas and even the Hausas, because the Hausas are not the Fulanis. This is something I've always tried to tell people. They are two different people, and there are some people who are the people who are indigenous to the north. We share the same. I don't know how to put it. We have different cultures and everything, but there's a way Nigerians are that we all share. But they are not the Fulanis. The Fulanis come from Fula. They come from somewhere else. Okay, and they from Futajalon. Yes, they come from somewhere. In all the Sahel, towards the more desert areas, right? And these people have infiltrated Nigeria or the north, basically, and even kind of like killed most of the Hausa people, taking over their lands. I remember when I was in university in Jos, they tried to do that in Jos as well. And I think they're trying to do it slowly but surely, trying to go, deeper into like the middle belt of Nigeria. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that this contraction called Nigeria is actually holding our progress back as a people. Because people recognize that Nigerians, when they do go out of the country, do exceedingly well. But the problem is how to mirror that success in our own country, whereby we can be successful in our own country. We don't need to go to America and all of these other places to be successful, notably, right? Now, I don't want to talk too much, right? But with Tinubu, I just feel like even if you didn't know before, right? We now know who the criminals are, so there's no excuse. So that you know who to target with your stones. Now, for all of the people talking about religious leaders, you and I, okay, those people say they read the Bible. You have your so-called quiet moments with God, right? And then you still wake up in the morning on a Sunday and you still go back to the same church. That person is not the problem. You are the problem. You are the one who keeps going back. You are the one who keeps giving them money. You are the one who keeps you should raise 500 naira.
Auditoriums and all that.
Exactly. Did God tell you that He needs your money to do anything for you? He doesn't need you because all things belong to Him. Okay, so He doesn't need you. Yes, as an act of faith, you can do something, right? But you when they come and tell you that you should give them this so that God will listen. That's the first and last I'll go to that church. I'm telling you for myself, I will never go to a church where they ask me as it is a must, and then I read my Bible.
Tell you that now they are not forcing you now, others will pay it now, and all of that. But the message system doesn't like
the message system. My point,
when you keep doing that,
you are the ones funding them. Exactly. Now, if your pastor is living above your own means, it is time for you to stop going to that church. It is time for you to stop to say, you know what, that's not the way it's supposed to be. If Jesus came into this world, because I'm a Christian, and God who owns all things, knows all things, did not make him a king or a prince, right? He made him the son of a carpenter. Think about it. Okay? He made him the son of a carpenter. Not only did he do that, he now crucified him on the cross. That means, all of this your pastor that you are serving, because you're not serving God. Because if you're serving God, you will walk away. We are part of the problem. We need to stop. And when we stop going to all these churches, right, and then we start doing the right thing, they'll start. I don't know. I just, it boggles the mind. It really does boggle the mind.
And it can be so
anyway
too. Thank you.
let me stop my ranting and let somebody else carry on. I beg.
Okay. You have dropped your own bombshell, and I bet it's a lot of people sort of shaking their head like, hello there.
Hello,
hello, sir.
How are you doing today?
I am very well, thanks. How are you?
How is the family?
Well, we are here. We thank God. Thanks for
asking. Okay, my good. Yeah. This is Ifeanyi calling from California, San Diego.
That's Ifeanyi from Cali. How you doing, Baba?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I just lost my favorite uncle 2 days ago. In Nigeria.
About that. Is he an old man?
Yeah. No, he's just in his 50s. And it's so unfortunate. So now I'm preparing for burial and stuff.
I know.
Okay.
There you go.
Let me go down to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Nigerian thing. I watched your program yesterday. Sheyi was talking about how he supports his dad and all that stuff. Sheyi and the politicians we have in Nigeria are people I call wealth without enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
They are political jobbers. He's just there making money. He cannot pinpoint any business that he owns except the government money that he's getting. And they say, show me, talking about Tinubu and his ministers.
Mm-hmm.
They say, show me the people you roll with, and I'll tell you who you are.
Absolutely.
Obasanjo, 2003 to 2007, brought the technocrats, people I call the super ministers. And Nigeria had a boom, economic boom. And our debts were relinquished. And Tinubu now is bringing in people like, for example, his Senate president is Akpabio. And Akpabio, from my own understanding, Akpabio, there's a section 115/D, the Electoral Act of 2022. It says a person who signs a nomination paper or result form as a candidate or more than one constituency at the same election commits an offense and liable to a conviction of maximum term of 2 years imprisonment. And Akpabio ran as a senator, and he removed. They did a rerun with one Ekpo, and he now did a rerun and he won, while he was then still contesting for the presidential election. So he's supposed not to even be the Senate president because, according to our law, he have committed an act he's supposed to be in jail for 2 years. And this same Akpabio stole over 108 billion naira from the coffers of Akwa Ibom. EFCC is still investigating him for that. And I can even read one of his withdrawals from his account, number 10103758881 of Senate Bank. This man took 22.1 billion naira away from the coffers. That's just one withdrawal from Akwa Ibom money. And this is that same person now sitting in that table, calling all these criminals to align as the ministers. I remember when Ameti was saying that when FFK was the Minister of Aviation, Peter Odili, as the governor then, gave him 2 billion naira to fix Port Harcourt runway.
Runway, yeah.
This dude stole the money till tomorrow. That's what they do going there to go do. They're going there to steal. It's like every chop I chop. Now your turn, no. Now their turn now to go and chop.
Now Ashiwa, na Jagaba and turn, no. Turn by turn, no. Na Jagaba and turn, no. Asari, wait for your turn, no. Na Jagaba and turn. We call it shop by shop Nigeria Limited or turn by turn Nigeria Limited. And who are the losers? The people.
We are. Who can tell me that in a same country that somebody can steal over 108 billion and he's still walking away, be your Senate president?
You are talking about an 8 billion. Did you not see that of NDDC probe?
Yeah, he continued.
Probe, where that guy actually pretended to faint. Remember?
Yeah.
All of that and all of that probe, everything is now in the trash can of history. The criminals are enjoying their loot, including Akpabio. Trillions.
Look at oh my goodness. Look at what they're charging this guy for then gone. This is the people that created economic hardship. Nigeria used over 90-something% of our economy to service debt. Under these guys, 77 trillion. 77 trillion are in debt. And now, like what you were saying yesterday, they're trying to borrow more. They are trying to borrow. So what we're doing now, we borrow money to squander. Yeah. They're not creating any jobs, no industries, no nothing. And we're talking about churches, or mosque. Building mosque, that's okay. But what about building factories? These Nigerians are coming there they give you tithes, they give you money, they give you all the stuff. Why not these churches build industries? They're building schools to still rip those people off. If you're a good man of God, why not just build industries and hire these people? You're building schools, you're building more churches, you're still ripping them off, and they don't pay no taxes. So it's all politics. So, Maego, I just want to round up here. That's all I want to say.
Again.
I'm just bereaved now, morning of my uncle, so there is okay.
My evening as well, all right, and that of many others. Same way we are like, it's vice versa. This is what makes us, sort of special on Mayego's Diary Political. Thank you. All
right, take care.
Yes. Now that's Ifeanyi from Cali. I've got two Ifis. Neil. Hello there.
Yeah, good evening, Mayego.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, long time.
I know. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. This is Akin from London.
Akin from London, I know. Now you are calling directly. I would have easily spotted you if you had called through the WhatsApp, but I could I could sense the voice, by the way. So how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. I've been trying the WhatsApp, so when it didn't go through, so I keep going.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You are here now.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Thanks for the eye-opening job you are doing. God bless you. The real God, not the God of Nigeria. I pray that everything works out for you. Amen. And then to the members of the Temple of Truth, God bless you all. And save us from the hand of this, the president of Agro of Nigeria. I just want to, because I've been trying to get to you for the past 2 months, but fortunately I was able to get you today. I just want to make a reference to what Ifeanyi said the other time. And Ifeanyi really says something there. And it's just like what somebody even said, that lack of critical thinking. You see, if you look at the young children of nowadays in Nigeria, when they are growing up, when NEPA brought a light, they will say, up NEPA.
That's right.
So it has become something that is now conditioned in their mind. It's now part and parcel of their life. That light is a blessing. I mean, electricity is just a blessing. And some of the time when I went home to Nigeria, our people used to say, Allah, we can't let them bring light. And when the light is taken away, they say, God, when are they going to bring it again? And these people, just back to what I said about the critical thinking, they don't know that they have already paid for this light through their tax system. And at the same time, the government is is the duty and the job of the government to supply electricity, maintain roads, and do all these things. Just like what Ifeanyi said. You see, our people they were accustomed. It has been just like in my place in the Calais area, there hasn't been a light there for over something years. One man said it jokingly one time that if they bring light now in an area like Elijah or to some areas in the Calais,
and all those areas.
Some people will run into the bush. They will run and will say, "Hey, what is this?" Yeah,
because they've never seen electricity. Wow.
Yeah. So it has been like that. So, and now look at what you are doing on Yoruba Nation. Mm-hmm. This is the job of the government. The money is there for them. But look at the rules that are called ministers. Look at the governors. Look at the councillors. You see the way I call them vampires. And when you look at this thing they call bats, I was telling my brother, who's a professor, that I told you about him. In America, I said, brother, do you know what they call bats? I said, when we are watching movies, the moment you see a bat, it's a vampire. It's an animal that doesn't have that it secretes through the mouth and give back through the mouth at the same time. And this is the Yoruba used to say, "Adon kosheku kosheye."
You can't really say what it is. Is he a rat
Yes.
or is he a bird? You just can't
So,
say. And Yoruba use that phrase for people who are very cunning, unpredictable, and then manipulative.
Yeah, I say, do you know what the kind of person you are, the meaning of bat? And you people, you are saying you are batticized. I mean, that means you.
That's why we call them bat idiots.
Look at them. What does bat do when it's coming out or it's going back? It will be, you see them making this kind of noise all together. And when you look at this APC, their supporters and themselves, they threaten before you say something. When they see you about to say something, the truth. Then the next thing you see them shouting you down. They this and that. But what they lack what they call, they don't want to listen to you. They don't have an idea. All what they want to know is that how can you say somebody go one day? We want Nigeria to be okay. Whoever that is there, yeah, it doesn't matter the tribal bigotry they are playing. And I was just telling, just like continue, I'm just putting everything together. I think you go on, yeah, because of time. And at the same time, now when they are playing their religious bigotry and their racial
their tribal card, all those ethnic divisive order,
Yeah. I was telling somebody, I said, look at what is happening. They are killing all these people, they are destroying them. And let them go back to where they come from. And I said, you know, these are human beings too. And you call yourself a Christian. What does the Bible say? It says, love your neighbor and yourself. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit to yourself your neighbor's property or anything that belongs to your neighbor. It says, Jekon law, Tinubu is the man, this and that. I said, look what I'm telling you today, and I'm not going to call you back again, and you are not going to be my friend. But go and mark it down. This man that you supported will torture you, will give you my delay, you will swallow it, you won't die. They know you won't die. The Majele will not kill you, but it will turn your belly, and at the end of the day, you run to me to give you some kind of, and I will tell you, just like what Jesus Christ said. He said, I don't know you before. Now she's crying.
You know, it's so sad when a lot of people, because they are defending politicians who don't like them, right? They begin to call those who call out the politicians enemies. Oh, it's because you are his enemy. God will destroy all his enemies. Enemy of somebody who is coming out to destroy you? You call people who are exposing them as enemies? Now here we go. Your friends are dealing with you. And here we are. Who are you going to call upon? Saiki?
Yeah. I said, just to buttress what you just said. I told him, and I told them, I said, look, now they have arrived. Now they are showing all of you shaking to you. Now, is there any discrimination to you?
I know.
Is there any discrimination between Yoruba and Igbo and the Fulani now? All of you, you are receiving the water. I said, look at this man. Look at him. This man is bringing in a terrorist. Shetima is bringing his own terrorists. So you are living between terrorists, Boko Haram, and what do you call these people again?
Iswapo. They have Iswapo 1, 2, 3.
In Lagos, you have MC Oluero, you have Governor Point and Kill. At the ghetto. And you have, look at all the people in the ministers they are calling now. Look at them. Look at their
what we are asking is that where is that renewed hope is coming from? And those who call it a renewed shege, are they wrong? Because right before our very eyes, Saike, those who shouted the Milokon, they are now saying any Kolomo. And it's true, any Kolomo this time around, though. You know that.
They are recycling. They are recycling the evil people. You can see them, they're hatching each other, they're bringing each other. So that you not, so the evil, they want to be floating. So anybody that want to come up, that you are going to look at what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah. Look at the release Olori Olopa, that evil man that you saw everything playing. I mean, the tailor of Hush Puppy. You saw everything clear. And they released the man.
They released that one, Kiari.
Then she already chased it to the bush. They chase Goho to Benin. They chase the good people. They don't want them to
dangerous. They tag them people that we should run away from. But guess what? The real criminals are getting the pass, even red carpets. So okay.
Well,
thank you so much.
It's only because I'm now a British. It's not that. But Nigeria will always be my home. But I just want that country to be divided into four places. I have said that before. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. In the absence of all of that, all people are saying that if they cannot allow us to have a conversation about Nigeria to determine how much of part of that we want to be, then why don't you just let everybody leave and go their own separate way? Go figure it out. Let's go figure it out ourselves. If you are not going to have that conversation that will say, okay, what exactly make us Nigerians? What are the conditions that the regions that were forced together to form today's Nigeria, did they want to do that again? Do they want to do that again? And if they want to do it again, under what conditions? They don't want to have that charge because they are afraid a lot of regions are likely going to pull out. It's a conversation they are so scared of having that even though if the conversation is about unity, it's about respect, it's about people stating their own differences and kind of, let's set the barrier. If you still want Nigeria to continue, under what condition, and who are going to be part of that, that kind of thing. They believe that if they should give that chance to people to have their chats, majority of the Middle Belt towns, southern Nigeria and the rest, they are likely going to embrace breakup. Sure you get. And that's why they don't want to have that chat. And since they don't want to have that chat, we all seems to be trapped. And when you trap people who don't want to be in the same place together, okay, when you force them to be in the same place together, they will burn the whole place down. The survivors will eventually leave the contraption and they won't be part of it anymore. Sure you get. So I have another call. Did I just miss your call? I'm so sorry. Somebody who has been trying to get in finally got in, but the moment he gets because it dropped. Hello there.
Oh, hell Biafra, or hell Oduduwa.
Oh, hail Biafra, or hail Oduduwa. Brother, how are you?
I'm good. Just in your show, another fire show.
Thank you.
Thought provoking, and spilling it the way it's supposed to be, real, and facts. Nothing made up. Is very tiring mentally. I don't know how you do it, but you gotta keep fighting. It's a mission that you were put here for, and we support you 100% with this. It's quite unfortunate that we're in 2023 and we're still behaving like we're back in the 1914 or something, medieval time more or less. Where we have 200 million mumus still allowing this thing to continue. Sheeps, you go look on this side, you got the Geos and the so-called man of God doing their thing. Then you have on the other side, you have them doing, it's just such a corrupt place. And it's tough, Michael, but I believe what you're doing is also playing a part. What Simon is doing is playing a part where all the freedom fighters, activists are talking and speaking the truth. We may not all agree with what everyone is saying together, but we're all on the same tune, on the same wavelength of enlightenment and breaking up this contraction because it's killing. It's very detrimental to everyone. I've just seen a place where, you suffer It's just nothing. All you know is just suffering. I mentioned this to you before. You know, I was at Owerri Airport when the Owerri Airport caught on fire in 2018, I believe, 2018 or 2019. Uh, the most scariest time of my life. You know, total chaos, no sort of coordination. Equipment is not working. The whole place almost burnt down. Almost. If they didn't get that fire truck to start working.
Wow.
You know, that's when I decided, like, enough is enough. I have to do something. I am doing things I can't talk about behind the scenes, but
Like,
just know that.
I have heard news, you know, I've seen reports of a lot of near, you know, that's kind of a near death kind of experience when it comes to flying in Nigeria into some places. Safety, health
Yeah,
check, and the rest of them is like people are just your life is in the hand of God anyway. Like you're just there. If you land safely, if you land roughly, all land and landing. But if you crash, well, maybe that's also the will of God. Like to some extent, I've heard all of that.
yeah,
So you experienced that. You did.
yes, but I experienced it. So this is why I have more passion. I'm more driven now to do something about it. And when Nigeria happens to you, that's when you wake up,
Hmm.
you know. And most of the people Nigeria have not happened to because they're not around or they have not been touched yet. But one way or other, we're all going to be touched. And then maybe we all will wake up. That morning that we'll wake up and it's heard that the whole place is gone.
That'll
You
be
know,
our
we're wishing
moment.
for that day, you know.
Thank
But
you so much,
I don't
bro.
want to say much. Yeah, I'll let you go. Keep doing the good work.
I thought you want
Salute,
to add
salute,
something
salute.
else, or if you do want to, you can. You know, just saying thanks for what you've
No,
said so far. Yeah.
yeah, I just want to, I know everyone is trying to get on. I've been trying for like 30 minutes now.
I
So
can
I just cut
imagine.
it short out. Tomorrow's another day.
Of course.
Free Mazinam Dekanus, free Sunday Igbo, free all the freedom fighters and activists that have been jailed unjustly
Yes.
at the hands of this zoological republic. Peace.
Let them go because they've done nothing wrong. And we know how much they spend in trying to let it stick like they've done something wrong. Let them go. And that could actually be the beginning of the most elusive peace in Nigeria. I personally feel that. However, thank you, brother. Okay. You should have a wonderful one yourself. Now, I am about rounding up. All right. I just received sort of a message concerning Mr. Lukman. That is, that has become the responsibility of the Yoruba Union. So the SEMI is, so they've done the operation, okay? Right? We have had the operation done. They've sort of, medically amputated the second leg to the safety parts. Now we've kind of gone to recovery now, where he's going to be recovering. Now his recovery also requires medication. Like, of course, it's going to be on lifetime medication anyway. It's going to require medication. It's going to require some other psychological and what have you, physical and psychological. Do you get that? So we are covering all of that too. Sorry if this, I hope this will make you much uncomfortable, okay? This is Mr. Lukman in his private ward in a lorry after his surgery today. That was him. And I am so grateful to the leadership of the Yoruba Union, the team, Princess Balogun, and all of you. I've got Ahmed, Olanrewaju Buhari. That's our high in all these places. Okay, he's such a dedicated young man that you would love to have around, and Yoruba Union is quite blessed to have him. So they are still very much there, handling things and then bringing us all the reports. We expected their full report back tomorrow, Saturday. All right. And I will bring you more afterwards. So thank you. If you know that your penny or your pound, your cent or your dollar, your naira or your kobo, your euro or your cent contributed to that, be proud of who you are, especially for those of you who have always been part of Mayegun's life-touching, programs as well. So thank you. Also, for those who have been trying to get on, I'm going to say, let's take a night again, okay? I'm going to be with you the other time. But until then, for what we have shared so far, and for those who joined us midway, doesn't really matter, okay? You can watch it all over again. And for those who have been here from the beginning, if you have liked the broadcast, if you have shared it, you can share it again, or you don't have to like it again. I'm going to see you some other time. I'm sorry. I use another style to say bye-bye, not the usual one, but that's me saying good night, okay? Thank you. Stay safe. From here, good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.